It's a brand new day, and we'll be making history. Are you with me? Won't you stay? We have come so far. This is who we are. And like the rising sun, we have just begun to play our part. This is the time we form the chorus. Lift your voice for those before us. We can rely on one another. Feel the pride, let's show our colors. We are heroes and dreamers. We are restless believers.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time it is, wherever you are. This is Gail of Gaia, and this is Free Range, where we graze on wild ideas, and we have wonderful guests. And I have a wonderful guest today, and she is the very important person in my mind in the spiritual world. I love Akura.
Hi.
Hi.
Thank you so much for inviting me.
It's always a delight to have you on because you have such very interesting perspectives on so many different things, and your travels in the astral world are
Yeah, it's crazy.
really something else. So why don't you, you probably have some updates that you might be able to tell us a little bit about of recent things that you've experienced and might like to share with
Oh,
the
wow.
audience.
Yeah, there's actually so much to talk about. But I always tell my community, pick up what resonates with you guys. So, because we are all in training. So, even when I work as a channeler or when I receive messages, so, always pick up what resonates. So, because we understand now that we are really all in this together, I feel we
Yes.
see this, that every spiritual teacher, receives a little bit of different information. So, because we are all somewhere else, so to speak.
Well,
Yeah.
what's good about that is then some people respond more to one than to another, or, it just works. It's like different teachers. Some teachers, certain students will do really well and other ones wouldn't. But anyway, so that's.
Yeah, we're just claiming our power and we use more our spiritual discernment, what I see. So, and you do resonate with the other person more than the other person. So, we are all in this. We are exploring life. So this is what I'm getting to. That this victim and savior program, you know what I'm talking about?
Oh, yes, definitely.
It's collapsing.
Yes.
It collapses. Like we cannot wait for external event. We can hardly make any future predictions. So okay, what's happening next? We don't know. So we're just claiming our power and we stay more and more in the now. So we understand, hey, everything what I can do, can I do right now? You understand? So your heart speaks to you now. And your intuition talks to you now. So now it's the time. So and this collapses. So maybe you saw the same, that we waited for an external event. We heard many different dates. A big change is coming. A big shift is coming, right? We are excited. Yes, finally, big disclosure. And nothing happened.
I know. And everybody's big disappointment, now it's like crying wolf,
Yeah. This is over and over and over the same. Yeah. And this program collapses. It's like we see now, we are all in this together and we are all learning. We are all in this and we are in training. So this is the first message I see for us. We understand now. Yeah. So all I have is my intuition. And I must trust my intuition first. So, and don't give your power away any longer to a guru, to a teacher. So always just pick up what resonates with your heart and just leave the rest. Because you will find the truth everywhere in some way. In every book, there's a little bit of truth.
Truth resonates with us, doesn't it?
Yes, in our hearts, you feel it. There is no confusion. So, and I also observe spiritual confusion. So maybe you see the same. So we are so confused. Yeah, what's wrong? What's true? Does it really happen or not? Is it a hijacked information? Is it a true information? Is she false light? Is he false light? Is he an
Yeah.
NPC? Is she a gatekeeper or not?
Is it AI? You know, that's another one.
Yeah, yeah, of course. Yeah,
Everything's
yeah.
AI here lately. That's the biggest thing
Everyone
that
is
I'm
AI
worried
now.
about.
You are I am I,
Yeah.
right? So yeah, there's much confusion happening right now. Yeah. And I felt in some way it is the divine process. Yeah, that we understand. Yeah, we are a big family. We need each other. But at the moment, I feel it's getting out of control. It's just what I feel. It's too much.
I see real craziness. I mean,
Yeah.
real
I see it
craziness.
too when I publish content. So it's like, it doesn't matter what you share. It feels to me this way. You always trigger people now so much in their shadows. So it's like, it doesn't matter what you're talking about in the spiritual community. You trigger so many people now. This is what I see.
Yes. Without even meaning to, you know.
Yeah. Traumas and their shadow selves, they're just speaking. So, and in some way, I feel, yes, it's part of the divine process that we heal it, that we release everything. But at the moment, yes, I feel it goes beyond so far. So, and yes, I feel there are some forces behind all this. They provoke
Yes.
us. Yeah, they're provoking us. Because when we allow this, we are fighting. And we are divided, we are blaming each other,
Yes,
grief,
there's a
anger,
lot of that.
so much.
Yes.
Yes, especially in the spiritual community.
I know.
Especially there.
I
It's
mean,
not
I look at
nice.
it this way. If somebody has false light, it will be revealed eventually. You don't even have to call them out on it. I don't think.
Yeah,
That's just
so sooner or later it happens anyway, because the divine process is all illusions are being dismantled. So
and
there is a other group behind all this, and there's a other plan. So and it already happens. We see more and more now. We expand our consciousness, and it's totally new for us all. So this never happened that we see this, let's say, NPC so clearly now. But nothing changed. It was always this way, you know?
yes, that's really true. We just didn't realize that
Yeah,
those
we're just bringing awareness
entities
onto it.
existed.
Yeah,
Exactly.
of course. That's all about. We're just transcending the hijack matrix. So and this is new for us all. And maybe it triggers us. Maybe we see, shit, I believe this illusion myself. Oh no, it hurts.
I know. Yeah,
Right?
really.
It hurts to see this.
Right.
But you know, when you stay in your heart, you just release and you let go. You let it go, and then you go back into your heart. So, you know, we are all being fooled. We all.
Yes, every
So
single
we
one
are
of us.
really all in this together, and we are just expanding our consciousness. So
Now,
I prefer more to stay in Christ and to observe more. So this is what I do when I observe this war. I try the best as I can to observe the chaos and not choosing a side. So because they want to see us choosing a side too.
and then start fighting.
Yeah. For example, flat earthers versus round
Oh
earthers.
my God,
Right?
people attack them unmercifully.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's crazy on
they,
TikTok, on Instagram. Yeah. It's always about choosing a side that we are fighting each other instead of seeing, we are all in this together and we are just exploring life now. So who knows who is right?
exactly. And can anyone say with absolute concrete surety about things?
Yeah.
Very
Yeah.
rare.
Yeah. Stay open-minded like a child. This is my tip. So
Yeah.
be open-minded for everything. Just trust your heart, let in what resonates, and leave the rest. So, boom.
Yes,
We
that's
don't have to
perfect.
fight each other over and over again. So,
What about gatekeepers? What do you have to say about gatekeepers and the false gods? Let's talk about that a little bit, if you don't mind.
yeah. So, how shall I explain this? So, I must talk a little bit more, I think. So,
Go ahead.
Yeah, at one hand, I was in contact with some gatekeepers in the year 2021 before we had this crazy experience. Do you remember? With 4D?
Oh yeah, I remember your
The fourth
experience. Yes,
dimension?
when you got
Yeah.
yes.
And
With
before we were there, we were already surrounded by many gatekeepers. Yes. and they were spying on us. They acted like these are good friends, and they just wanted information by us. So yes, and there are some in the spiritual community. This is true. What shall I say? They appear more and more because the people expand their consciousness, and they, if you will, they work with the cabal. What I know, and they got paid by them, and they appear as the friendly guys, that we have sympathy for them, we trust them, and they share more and more information now, which actually is good. So they share more and more their information with us because they just want from us that we trust them, that we give our power away to them. Do you know what I mean? And then they mix it with lies again. And sooner or later, you always see, hey, it's not helping me. I'm confused. I feel not a true soul connection happening. So this is a short version, the mission of a gatekeeper. Yeah, they just keep an eye onto all alternative communities. They just want to know where we at. So, and they appear, they got paid, and they share more and more information with us now that we trust them.
So then they mix good information with bad information.
Yeah, but the basic information is always fighting and division. It's always about choosing a side. This is fully dual consciousness. So they just want to see us fighting. Yeah.
There's so much of that right now. I see it all the time. People jumping on, triggering other people and jumping on each other over petty stuff. I mean, really, it's like everyone's entitled to their beliefs.
Yeah. From a higher perspective, I believe they also just play their game, so to speak, and they help us in some way to expand our consciousness too. But yes, they are also here. And I observe more and more in Germany too now, more are appearing. Because slowly the Germans, they have the spiritual awakening too. And Germany was always very dark and dense.
Okay. We spoke about a frequency that they're using now that's making it more difficult for people to raise their consciousness or spirituality, or however you want to, see it.
Yeah.
Where is that coming from? Do you know?
This is very complex. So I try to break it down the best as I can. It's just what I see. In first case, they try to manipulate our brainwaves.
Yeah.
So, and how can you stuck in your brain again? And they use many different tactics. When you are in fear, at war, divided, you feel isolated, anger, grief. So it's like you're always on survival mode. And when you're running on survival mode, you stay here again. And when you stay here again, they try with their technology to manipulate our brainwaves. Yes, that's what I see. And they use many different ways to do so. Be it G, be it the internet, be it the stuff on the sky, be it our phones. They try it on many different ways, through politics, the government, TV, everywhere. That we just see this, because when you just pay them attention, you dive into their energy. So this is what I see in many different ways. And I also see beings, they are in higher dimensions, and they also use their technology from higher dimensions, especially from 4D too.
To use the technology against humanity.
Yeah, the AI in the first case. So even, I publish content on Instagram, TikTok, and I really can hardly discern if it's a true person or is it an AI-generated channel now. So I really can hardly say, so is it a true person or is it AI-generated?
I get that. That's very, and it's just like what we're seeing in front of us sometimes is not, I mean, we don't know if it's CGI. We don't know if it's a clone. We don't know if it's
an
a
NPC,
look-alike, if it's got a mask,
Yeah.
Is it true that they can actually place someone's soul or consciousness into a game?
How do
Like
you
an
mean?
AI game? I've heard that. I don't know if that's maybe that.
Yeah, in some way, yes. So there are beings from 4D, they can appear as NPCs. That's what I saw. They can, during a short time, they appear as NPCs and they're soulless. They have no aura. So when you're clairvoyant, you see they have no aura. They have no aura. There is no soul. But they have a flesh and they have a body and a consciousness. Yeah. But they're all running on the AI consciousness. It's very robotic.
Yeah.
So, and then it does exist dark entities, basically from 4D, over and over again. And they have a human experience too, like you and me. Also.
That's amazing. Let's see. I'm going to put up a comment. There's a comment here. It says, Ismael Perez talks about the last fight way in the future between the AI God and humans with awakened consciousness. What do you think about that? Do you agree?
Already here. It is.
It's already
so
happening.
The reason why the spiritual community is absolute war, chaos, because yes, they use the AI to attack us through social media, because they know many truthers and light workers. We are hanging now on social media and speaking our truths on social media.
Yeah, as much as possible. They shadow ban us, they hide us, they put us in Facebook jail, they do all kinds of stuff to stop us.
Yes. They know, and that's why they appear now on social media too.
We just keep hammering it.
Yeah. So already happening, I can say. So I see it myself on Instagram or on TikTok. So they can push specific videos too. So they have millions of views suddenly. And then you check the comments and then you see, this is just the AI. Huh? So when you don't see through this illusion, so you believe, wow, millions of true people, they watched my video now. But actually, it was just the AI. When you believe it too much. And they do this because they want to keep you quiet. So don't talk. Because when you believe this illusion is real, maybe you will not talk. Like, oh gosh, what if my neighbor saw this video? What if my colleague saw this video? Millions of people watched this video. When you scroll through the comments, I had this a few times. Then they just spoke about Joe Biden or about the World Economic Forum. I'm not kidding. So I scrolled through the comments. They just talked about the VEF, about Klaus, Joe, the Pokey Poke, for example. And it was a light code activation I did. And this had millions of views, and I was already surprised. What's going on? Who is watching this video exactly? It was just a light code activation I published on TikTok on my previous channel because they banned me too. So I have to build everything up. But so I was surprised. What's going on? Millions of people. So then I scrolled through the comments. Oh, most of these is AI.
You can just tell by the comments that they make, right?
And then I was just laughing again. But when you don't know they can do this, maybe you will let it into your heart and then you question yourself, maybe it's better not to speak. It's better to hide. The people are just bullying and mocking me, isn't it? So they tried in many different various ways.
That's definitely true because
and this is already the AI battle. It's already happening. So
it seems obvious to me. Part of the thing that has me wondering at times is that there are some of us that are awake and see stuff, and others are like they have blinders on. And why? Is it just the starseeds mostly that are seeing through the illusion, and a lot of humanity still isn't? I mean, we're here to lead them out of it.
At one hand, we are very connected to our homes. So we have more memories unlocked always. So even when you went through the starseed loneliness or when you couldn't remember, you always had this deep knowing in your heart, something's wrong here, always.
Oh gosh, yes.
Since childhood, something is wrong here. This cannot be right.
Why do people think like this? That doesn't make any sense.
Yes, always. You had this feeling always. So the new starseeds, they have more memories unlocked. So they know more, they see more, they remember more. And with each wave which incarnated, the energy of us starseeds becomes lighter and lighter and lighter too. So there are many different archetypes, waves incarnating now. So yeah, we see more because we always remembered our homes. So most of us, we are from 5D and beyond. So this is a reason why we always saw more. And you are an empath. And empaths have a strong intuition. And you feel it straight in your heart if it's good or not. And most people really have not the same access. They don't react so sensitively like
Right.
you.
Tim Potter. Hi, Tim. He goes, we have inbuilt BS detectors. Makes me feel like an alien around others sometimes. Yes, I know the
Yeah.
feeling.
Yeah.
It's funny.
Yeah.
It's
There's
true.
a lot happening, especially in 4D. 4D is absolute chaos. So when I have astral projections, yeah, there's much happening.
Now, aren't
And
there?
4D is very close to us, right? So many times what you see in 4D becomes reality in 3D. Many times. Because it's the next layer to 3D.
I just said hi to everybody. Hi, everyone. We're here. If you have any questions, feel free to bring them up. What if
Yeah.
we talk a little bit about AI gods, false gods, acting as gods?
There are many various entities. It's a long list, I must say. I try to figure it out myself because it's very complex. But one thing is sure, the God you know from the Bible is not the true God, Yahweh. So when you check the Old Testament, it's a punishing God. I punish you.
Yes.
I kill people in the name of God. You disrespected my laws. Now I kill you all. When you check this, and this is not the divine.
That never made any sense to
No.
me.
Yeah, this is
Never. I'm
hijacked.
going, what kind of God is this? And
Yeah.
then to ask somebody to sacrifice their son, oh, wow. That doesn't sound godly at all, even if it didn't go through with it. So that's really a difficult thing for people because we still have a lot of Bible thumpers and belief in that.
Yeah.
And
It's a very deep programming. Yeah.
very deep.
So, and this is, if you will, this kind of consciousness, as you see it by Yahweh in the Old Testament, represents the dark force and the Cabal. You are just my friend when you agree to everything what I say, 100%. But when you have your own opinion and you don't agree with me, I destroy you.
Yeah.
This is their
And
consciousness.
I've always said, and what kind of a God is a jealous God? What would
God
you have
is
to
not
be jealous of? I
of
mean,
what
that's
things?
crazy.
Of its own creation.
I mean, yeah, it doesn't, and obviously, apparently, its creation wasn't perfect enough because otherwise, it just goes crazy.
Yeah.
Stuff doesn't make sense when you really stop and think about it seriously. So somebody's asking about Enlil and Enki.
This question.
Don't you love it?
I already waited for this. Yeah, I already did a video about this one. I tried to figure out what's going on with them. Yeah, and I know there's a spiritual division happening again between these two. So who is good and who is bad? I just feel that Enki vibrates heavier to Enlil. This is what I feel, what I figured out myself. I feel Enlil vibrated always lighter to Enki. But how should I explain this? Yes, what I see, but I feel Enlil is not here. So I asked many times, he is not here.
Where is
It's
he?
Enki. I don't know. I asked.
Okay. And they don't tell you where.
Yeah,
Okay.
I just saw him in a ship flying somewhere through the space. So it's like he seems more neutral. Like he sees Earth and humans with more neutrality. So like, okay, this project is done for me this way. And Enki is very active, I feel. And he was always heavier, darker.
More in interested in being worshipped.
Yeah, as a god. Yeah, as Yahweh, for example.
Yeah. Okay. That's what I was afraid of. So it's hard for people to face those things because of the programming. And
this
okay,
is
yeah.
what I figured out along my astral projections. So I don't know if this is accurate.
Well, it's interesting because Ismael Perez was saying that, and Lel was more good, and Enki was Satan. We have so many different names of the same entity too. It gets really confusing. And then there's an AI version, which just adds to the confusion.
Yes, of course. That's why I try to think and feel more in terms of frequency, energy, and vibration instead of bad, good, evil. You know what I mean? It's like I try to discern more who vibrates lighter, who vibrates heavier. So, what are their actions now? So, this helps me a lot too, that I think and feel more in frequency, you know?
Oh,
So, and
wow.
I felt
Okay.
that Enki always vibrated heavier to Enlil. But I try to figure out what's going on with Enlil too. But at the moment, I feel he's not here. And I see him flying through the cosmos. And Enki is here. Yes, he is in the Earth's orbit. I saw it many times already.
Okay. Well, when you say they vibrate heavier or lighter, now, how would you just, is that a faster vibration or the heavier is a slower vibration? I'm just wondering about that. Is that right? That's right.
Slower, and their actions. I talk about their actions are more destructive to the other ones.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I saw that Enel was not interested in to wipe out humanity. It is the other way around.
Did they taught us everything opposite of the way it was, because
They always
Enki was supposed
inverted
to
and
be,
twisted.
yeah, and Enki was supposed to be the good guy, and Lel was a bad guy, and come to find out it's just the opposite.
Yeah,
Again,
yeah,
everything's the opposite. They have
yeah,
inverted so much.
yeah.
It's
Almost
something.
everything, yes.
So here's a question. Why can't ET just land?
Oh,
Why?
yeah, many people got this question. I understand. Many people are waiting for this. How shall I explain this? In higher dimensions, the energies are so light, it's not so easy for our team to invade here in 3D. You know, they have different technology, their bodies are different, they are more celestial, more high vibrational, and they must compromise, you know, their energy this way, finally to invade in 3D. So, and it's already difficult for our team from 5D to do this. So, and it's actually already very close to us. So, and this is the reason why we Starseeds are here, because we knew when we have a physical body here, we can help more, we can do more here. So, and many of these beings, they never had a physical experience in 3D, so they can also hardly understand what's going on here.
Well,
So, many,
it's a fall in consciousness when to come down here, and that's what makes it so difficult, because as you start accepting things you wouldn't normally accept.
Yeah, many of them, they even don't understand the issues we face. So my team, for example, they don't understand what money is. They don't know what it is. What is money? So why can't you stay in a house? Why is it not for free? So I explained to them many times why it's not so easy. You need money. Yeah, but what is money? So why can't you stay in a house? So yeah, you need money to stay in a house. Why keep it human so hard? They asked me, and I said, yeah, I don't know why. It's so easy. So imagine, the higher you go the stairway, the more or less these beings understand what's going on in 3D.
Yeah, the monetary system was a Babylon creation, you know, and it is. I think, you know, they say the root of all evil. It is really the root of all.
It's inverted and hijacked. Yes.
Yeah. Because it keeps people out of houses. It causes more crime. It causes more corruption all around. And when the society is set up so that you do better when you have more, what happens is people start to stop caring about their fellow humans, and it's every man for himself. I got mine, you get yours kind of attitude.
That's why we must expand our consciousness first. It's very important for humanity. So we can come with the most high vibrational system, but when the consciousness of humanity is not changing, they will abuse it. I tell you, it's absolute chaos again.
Mary, thank you for saying so. She's happy that the two of us are on
Oh,
the show
thank you so
together.
much, Mary.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Julie, nobody. I want to see. There's a okay. Here's a question here. Hi, are all NPCs reptilians and narcissists operating on an AI consciousness?
Yes. So the short version, yes. So it does exist Anunnaki too. They can be NPCs, Draconians can be NPCs, Greys can be NPCs. So all those which have no soul,
wow.
yeah, they need the AI to have a physical experience. So it's like they need it to survive. It's hard to explain this consciousness. We cannot understand. We started, we cannot understand. But yes, this is what I saw. In the year 2021, they need the AI to have a physical body and to have a human experience. And they try to copy us humans with their AI. It's very hard to explain this.
They can only copy too. They're not creative in and of themselves.
No, they always copied the divine with their AI. Yes.
Wow. Okay, here's a question for you. Just got, well, Mary. So do you think things are really getting better here? You talk about Trump being a good guy. Can you explain that for the people, please?
Yeah, at the
And
moment.
the white hats, you might want to throw that in there too.
Yeah, so I must say I'm very careful with the statements of good, bad, good. You know, I feel and think more in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. So what I saw, as we stayed in 4D in the year 2021, I can say for sure they didn't attack me and Marcel. I talk about the white hats and Trump. They didn't. So it was always the Democrats, the blue pill. Yeah, they attacked us and they still attack us, Marcel and me, so strong. So they didn't attack us, which is actually a better sign. Okay. But what I know is they have their own interests as well. So, I mean, every being has its own interest. And what it is, I try to figure out myself. But I just know they do something what the old deep state doesn't like. So they all don't like them. And I saw this in 4D. They all were mocking T in 4D, these NPCs. They didn't like him. Almost no one likes him in 4D, really.
Constantly.
So this is actually better for us to know. Because the humans from 4D, they always wanted to be sure we are not becoming stronger to them. They were so afraid that we activate our true power. And they wanted to be sure to pull us down always. You understand? So this is why they use this war, this chaos, to pull us down. Because in their opinion, we are already too strong. This is their opinion. This is their consciousness. We cannot understand. An empath cannot understand why, but they do this. So this is what I can say, that they vibrate lighter. So, and I still see lighter days are coming, but I cannot say for sure how long it will take. And I call it more the period of transition, because I think you must see the consciousness of humanity. So when you see there are so many people having war because of their skin color, which God is true? Is it Yahweh? Is it Allah or whatever? So we must see the consciousness of humanity, and they will hardly understand Christ's consciousness. This is what I see. It's like it's lighter, but I feel it's not Christ. I hope you get my message. Because we starseeds, we embody Christ's consciousness. We have a strong intuition. For us, this all doesn't make any sense because we see the government, we don't need a government. We don't need a president. So when we keep our hearts, when we keep our hearts open, we just help.
You're blowing people's minds when you're saying that.
So we empaths, yes, we feel it in our hearts. So just share, help each other. So we create heaven on earth together. But most people on this planet, and I see it here in Germany, they are really not ready for this yet. So this means lighter people must come, lighter people for humanity, them to understand. I hope this makes sense.
Yes, it does. And thank you, Pudwacker, for saying that. That's very kind of you.
Thank you so much as well.
We appreciate that a lot. It's such a, there was another comment up here. This is so true. Tim Potter said this. Many get lost in the confusion, and it's really very sad.
Yeah. Yeah, you can be sure, one hand, these are the attacks I was speaking about. Because when you see various information, especially on social media, which is not resonating with your heart, you are beyond confused. It's like, it's not helping me for real. Now I'm more confused than before. So it's better not to watch, you know. So on one hand, yes, it's like truth mixed with lies, and this is confusing us. And in return, new codes are hitting. I talk about very high vibrational codes are hitting now. So this confuses us completely, because now we see so much more than ever before, and this is new for us all. Suddenly we see more and more these NPCs on Earth. So this person has no aura. This person really has no soul. Oh my gosh, am I crazy? For example. Or yeah, you have astral projections and you see it more and more what's going on there. So just saying, it's both.
Well, for some of us that don't see the aura, I think another indicator is a coldness,
cold.
A lack of empathy or a lack of compassion of any kind, and an easy ability to hurt others.
Yes, of course. There is no mercy. So even, you know, when you were in relationship with a narcissist, so maybe you do agree, when you break up the relationship and you try to talk to them, they will never ever say sorry, because they always see you as the problem.
That's the problem. Yeah.
You are the problem. I did everything right, but you are just triggered. I'm sorry. So you need a psychologist.
So true. So true.
Yeah.
Tim again saying enlightenment is an inside job, and yes, it is.
Yeah.
Here's another. Okay. Here's another question. Does cannabis block the uploads?
I'm very careful with general statements. So in this case, I really say make your experiences. So I cannot talk for everyone. So I know some people, they said, hey, it helped me to have an awakening. In my case, I always felt, no, I don't use drugs. I never did. So my heart always told me, no, I don't need it and I don't want to test it. But I know some people, they did it or they took mushrooms or whatever. So, and they had a spiritual awakening, or they took ayahuasca, for example. So, but I'm very careful with general statements. So I say, do what your heart tells you. So because when you trust your heart, you will do the right thing. So in my case, I never did.
And what's interesting about that too, it can depend on the amount or the frequency or, you know, even the nature. There's different types.
I also heard
cannabis.
About this. Yeah, about does it match with your frequency or is it lowering your frequency? I heard the same.
Well, you know, that would be very interesting if there was a way to be able to really determine that.
Yeah. In my case, I felt it will lower my frequency when I take this kind of drugs. So I already felt it when I don't know, drank coffee or something. It's not good for my frequency. Yes.
Oh, wow. Okay. I do drink coffee. So
yeah, that's exactly what I say. I'm careful with general statements.
I'm not saying it's, you know, it might not be good for some people. It does. It seems to be okay with me, but everybody's.
It's the same discussion with vegan or vegetarian or whatever. It's exact the same again.
Everybody's different. Everybody's their own being, and because of that, you have to determine these things on your own. Give yourself that power to do that.
Of course. You see, when you choose a side again, you are at war. Maybe you are at war with the vegans again, you know? Like, oh
no. Well, this is an interesting question. I've heard this too, Jay thought. Was cannabis a gift to the planet during formation?
I received a yes in this case. It's from nature. So, and this is a gift, if you will, yes. But I feel it depends on your individual frequency. I feel the same about ayahuasca, by the way. And there is a frog. I don't know the name of this frog.
Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking. Yes. Cambo.
Yeah,
candle
of
with a
course.
K. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I feel this is a gift from our mother too. Yeah. But I
Mhm.
feel the same. You must know yourself if you want to do it or not. I feel for me, no, because I don't know. I feel it not in my heart. But I know people, as mentioned, it helped them along their spiritual journey. So,
Yeah, and everybody's different, just like we said. Same with,
yeah,
nutrition. When people would
yeah,
having a background in that, it's like, and the other thing, if we come into food shortages, I don't think it's going to matter if you're vegan, vegetarian, or a carnivore. You're going to eat what's available or go
yes, of
hungry.
course. Just
Um,
trust your body and your
mhm.
heart. So,
And you can use your energy to make it
yeah, of
as
course.
nourishing for your body, by
Yeah.
blessing it or whatever, however you want to
Yeah, I
put
feel the
that.
time has come to see our hearts and not staying focused on the label. So this is the old world that we stayed just focused on the label. You know what I'm talking about? I like her because she's vegan. So I like him because
Yes.
he's vegetarian. So
Yeah,
yeah, but what's about the
that's crazy.
soul? So
Yeah. They're division. See, divide. We're always dividing
yeah,
over
yeah,
things, just instead of just being accepting and
yeah.
tolerant of what other people choose to
Yeah,
enjoy.
yeah. Of course, we all explore life. So we are all in this now.
Yeah. Tim Potter said, "Quality of cannabis matters a lot, especially who grows it and how they feed and water it." That's true of
Thank you so
everything.
much. Yeah,
Yeah, that is so true. Very true.
thank you so
Um,
much.
okay. And Linny had a very bad experience with it. I had I know somebody, a girlfriend once that had a similar, it made her very paranoid.
Mm-hmm.
And I think there's some genetic differences that impact people more than others. Because I have a friend who's a DNA expert, Sterling
Mm-hmm.
Hill,
Oh,
and
okay.
she was explaining to me that that's why some people can't. It's not
Not
it's
good. Yeah.
not good, but they'll be able to tell that by if they if they try it.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
experience,
Maybe,
and
or
they
it
probably will never.
depends.
Yeah.
Do you know the picture I saw? Maybe it depends on your blood type too, a little bit,
Oh, that's
if you can
interesting.
deal with this or not.
I
So
haven't
it's
heard
just an
that.
image I see
Oh,
now.
wow. That's
Mm-hmm.
interesting. Very
Mm-hmm.
interesting. That's the first time I heard that one, Akura.
Mm-hmm.
But let's see. Used to make me very nervous around others. Hey, you are alive now. You are. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, everybody's onto the cannabis right now. So let's see what else we get.
Yeah.
Cannabis
It
affects
must be very
sensitives.
important for many people. Yeah.
Oh, it affects sensitives and empaths differently. That's
Yeah.
interesting.
That's a good comment. So I resonate with this
Yeah,
statement. Yes.
it is. I my own personal self, I find that I sleep. It helps me sleep if I'm having a hard time sleeping.
Yeah. Yeah. I heard about
And
it. Yeah.
yeah,
Too.
that's my best. So let's see what J Thought has to say. Can higher plane beings have vices or abuse high plane substances? Is high plane free from turmoil, or do they have dramas too?
I don't understand the question for real, to be
I think
honest.
she says higher planes, she means higher dimensions, like higher
Mm.
dimensional beings. Do they
Yeah.
have issues with vices, abuse, and substance abuse, any of that nature when you're
Mm.
at a higher dimension?
The more you go the stairway higher, the more high vibrational everything becomes. So even nature looks more and more different. The sky looks more and more different. The stars are changing. So yeah, and the consciousness is becoming lighter and lighter and lighter. And even the people, they are more friendly, so to speak. 5D is totally different again to 4D and 3D. So sometimes I had the honor to jump up to 5D with my astral body. Actually, it's not easy because when you do astral projections, usually you always see just 4D. So, and a few times I saw
Oh,
5D, Earth, yes. So, and the difference is the people were so heart centered in 5D. So they all had respect for each other. So they liked each other and they saw everyone's gifts and potential. And instead of seeing everyone as an enemy or as competition, they
competition.
started competition. Yeah. They just helped each other and they supported each other. And the sun looked different in 5D. So
It's one
much
of
brighter.
I heard the colors are brighter, are so much
So
brighter
much
too.
brighter. And
Yeah.
even the sky looked different. It was a very powerful blue, like the ocean. A very beautiful blue.
Wow.
Turquoise blue, indigo blue, so clean. It was very fascinating to see the sky on 5D Earth. Yeah.
Okay. Um, J- Tim Potter says that Ismail Perez said some are also dark in the fifth dimension.
I
Is
just
that true?
speak from my experience. I have one time, 2 or 3 times, I had an astral projection up to 5D. And one time I saw there were some spies in 5D Earth. And these were humans from 4D and they jumped up to 5D. I have no idea how they did this. But I remember I was there with my cosmic self. I saw myself and I had the job to keep an eye on to if everything is all right there. And there were some spies hiding in the flat or in the apartment. And these were these NPCs from 4D again.
What
So
were
this
they?
is what I can say.
Oh wow.
These were
So
agents or something.
uh-huh.
They were spying on us in 5D too. But these were humans from 4D. And they jumped up in some way. This is the experience I had about the darkness in 5D Earth.
Interesting. Wow. Okay, Mary Finney says, so is the energy on this planet changing? And if we give thanks for everything, doesn't that make a change in our life?
Yes, it already happens. For example, the sun is changing. So many people notice this. The sun color is changing here. It's brighter. So very high vibrational codes are hitting. So we see more, we feel more. Also notice since the super full moon, the sky looks different. Did someone notice the same? Or did you notice the same?
Oh, I've
that
noticed the sun definitely but they've been doing chemtrails and it's cloudy here again.
yeah,
I hate that when I
yeah,
can't see the sun.
yeah. But what I see is the sky looks different now. Since the super full moon, the blue super full moon, the sky is different, the sun looks different, and even the night sky looks different. I see more stars and I see more details in the sky. And this is very interesting. And this changed again. So there is definitely a lot happening, even when we cannot see because of the chaos. And I tell my community over and over again when these dark timelines are getting you, please see there are so many high vibrational starseeds incarnating. So many now. So why are they doing this? So when we will fall anyway. So are they stupid? I mean, these are humans from the future and they already see what's happening. So why are they doing this when it doesn't make sense to incarnate? Do you know my message? It's like so many high vibrational starseeds are incarnating because the energy is increasing and they are so much brighter than we are.
I thought their purpose was to help bring the vibration and light of the planet up because we're having such a hard time doing it
Yeah,
ourselves,
of
or,
course.
and humanity is still a large percentage. They're still in a hypnotic state.
Yes, of course. Yeah, yeah. We all have a different purpose. But there are some now on TikTok. So I reacted to one little boy. I published this video on my YouTube channel too. They are online on TikTok and on Instagram. And these are the new star seeds. It's like they have all their memories activated. They're totally in contact with souls. And, they are totally different. It's like you ask them questions and they give you straight answers. Yeah, yeah. And this was impossible that these high vibrational souls can incarnate. So this plane never allowed it. This was impossible. The reason is the energy is increasing. And now we can work on more and more these high vibrational souls. So this is what I see.
So, what you're saying, if I understand correctly, is that these incarnations are happening more frequently, in part because the frequency has come up a little bit more, so which makes it a little easier for them to come down and
Yeah,
tolerate the
yeah,
density.
yeah, yeah. And these are those, they will guide us. Yeah.
Okay, sorry about that. Okay, what's a 5D based conflict?
That's a good question.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Okay, me either. So you got us stumped on that one, Jay Thought.
So when the question would be about 3D or 4D, then I can give you answers. What is this?
Okay.
Yeah,
Let me see
3D
what
and
this is.
4D is dual consciousness, I can say. Yeah, it's always about division, fighting, who is better, who knows more. Ah, you are my guru. You know this?
Yes,
This is
exactly,
always
exactly.
3D and 4D consciousness. Yeah.
It is.
5D
And
consciousness.
competition
Yeah.
is definitely 3D. And I've always hated, I don't know why, but it's people, well, it makes you strive to do your best. Yeah, it makes you feel.
Yeah.
I just don't see it that way. The only competition you might want to do is with yourself and trying to improve
Yeah, in
yourself.
first case, yes.
So, are there any contest games or friendly competitions in 5D? You still have a winner and a loser. You know?
What I saw was no. So I saw that these humans, they all did their job. So they were fully aware of their soul's purpose. And this is actually next stage for humanity, that they follow their divine purpose now on earth. So because our souls, they know. So, and what they did, they lived their soul's purpose and they respected each other. So every job was welcome, if you will, and they just respected each other in their existence. There was not a competition for real. They played more, so to speak. Like when you see children playing on the playground, this is more the energy of 5D. Yeah, it's like we just play and exploring life.
Enjoy, yeah. Well, yeah, funny how they do that to us here, because once you grow up to be an adult, you're not supposed to have fun anymore. You're supposed to work.
Yeah. More like children. So maybe this helps you to get a feeling of 5D Earth. So when you watch children playing, or
That's a good idea, actually.
Time in nature, wow, this way.
Yeah.
It's more 5D, yeah.
Lenny D is asking you about enlighten her about food. I don't want to eat. I have to force myself, and happening for a few weeks. You're not alone. You're not alone. The same thing's happening to me. I'm mostly just thirsty.
Yeah. I know many starseeds, they have the same. Me too. Like, I'm just happy with my coconut water.
Yeah, it's like nothing seems to be what I want. It doesn't satisfy me, or it doesn't. Yeah, even water. I use water.
Yeah, we upgrading our DNA, and this takes much time and energy. It's stressful for our bodies. These new codes which are incoming, it's a lot for us, and our body is changing. So, and I know many people, they say, hey, I cannot eat meat anymore, for example. They feel it in their hearts. Oh gosh, it's too heavy. So I need more fruits and vegetables now. Yeah, you just go with the flow. So just trust your intuition. So, and I see the same since the superfull, almost no one can sleep. I have almost no sleep. So I'm still awake at 5 a.m. So what the fuck? I cannot sleep. So, and I know many, they say the same. I cannot sleep. What's going on? I'm so energized. Yeah, since the superfull, there's something happening. Yeah.
Wake up at 2, 3, or 4 every morning and going, why am I still awake? I actually fall asleep for a little while, but it doesn't last.
Yeah, everything changes, right? So
kind of wild, really.
And we also must see many planets are in retrograde, by the way. This has a strong impact onto us too.
Oh, this is interesting. I've never, I don't mean to skip one there, but I'll come back to it. Will the sun turn blue in 5D?
That's a good question. Ooh. Was the sun blue? No, it was very, very bright. It was in some way similar to the sun now. It's the crystal sun we see now on the sky.
It's more white. It used to be yellow.
White,
it's more white now.
White, plasmic, Yeah. And it was the same color in 5D, but brighter, so much more brighter than here. This is what I saw. But it has a colder energy too, but it was plasmic, almost the same color to 3D sun now. You see the sun color is changing.
Yeah, I've noticed that the last couple of years. It was,
Yeah,
being
yeah.
less
Since
and less
2020,
yellow. And
circa, yeah,
yeah,
the sun is changing strong.
Tim says when we get DNA upgrades and special gifts, I guess we'll know.
Yeah, it's a process. It's a process. So we see more. What I notice is manifestation works different now. And manifestation is very fast. So, and I had this a few times. I was thinking about a person, for example, and a few minutes later, this person reaches out to me, for example. Or I was seeing a picture of a banana, just an example. And then one day later, I go to the supermarket and I bought very, very cheap bananas unexpectedly. Yeah, yeah. So manifestation works different now. So it's very fast. So be very mindful with your thoughts because it becomes reality now. So when I don't trust my
That's how
intuition,
powerful we are.
yeah, yes, we are. So when I don't trust my intuition, I just create chaos. Just so much chaos. I had it a few times. When I just trust my programs, my head, so just chaos. And my heart already warned me. So why didn't I listen? I knew it. It's not a good idea. And then I did it anyway, and it's absolute chaos. So when you just
Been
trust
there,
your
done
intuition, yeah,
that.
when you just trust your intuition, you will see it's actually easy. Manifestation is easy. Our operating system changes slowly. We just go back into our hearts and we operate from our hearts. And this is 5D consciousness. This is what I saw from 5D Earth, a little bit like a child again, in some way.
Well, that was a famous statement by Yeshua too, at being like a child.
Yeah, yeah. There are some teachings, they are accurate when you see the Bible a little bit, but not everything.
Yeah,
Mixed
there's
with lies again. Yeah, yeah.
yeah. That's let's discuss that a little further. But anyway, cosmic self. How do I better relate to my cosmic self? Can I summon some aspects from 5D down to 3D? Are magic tricks real?
Oh, okay. I tried to give you an answer to this. So you can ask your higher self. So when your soul is ready, you will receive images. So you can try it. So just trust your heart, ask your higher self. You also can call on your team, even when you don't know who they are yet. So just call them or call your heart. So and see the first images you have. So the first feeling, be it a color you see, be it the energy you feel, all these signs are important to reconnect to your cosmic self. So when you are a starseed, actually you are always in contact with your cosmic self. Because many of us, we are traveling when we sleep. It's like you go back to your home. Many of us do this. So try it. Just ask your higher self, your heart, and the first messages, the first images you see are true. And don't question this. For example, you see a green being now, green. So make a note, aha, my aura is green, or maybe your skin color is green, and study it closer and closer and closer. And don't be so harsh on yourself. Just let it go and play more like a child. Because when you have attachments, when you hold on it, I want to know this way, you don't receive a message. Because it's like we just play. And when you keep your heart open and you let it in and you let go in return, the messages are coming to you because you're open minded and the universe will support you. So I don't know if this helps you already. So
That makes sense to me.
magic tricks in many ways. So you can use magic for destructive purposes and for very high vibrational purposes. So it depends on you. It's like a weapon, and it's about you. How do you use this? You
Would that
see
be
the
like,
Kabbalah. You see the Kabbalah. They work with numerology too. So many times they use dates and numerology to manifest their destructive ideas, but they just use it for destructive ways. But you can use numerology for your soul too. It doesn't say that numerology is evil or is satanic. It's about us. It's our heart. How do we use these magic? Because even numerology is magic, so to speak.
yeah.
So it's up onto us. Yes, it's real, but it's up onto us how we use this.
I think what happened, what reason people have questions about this is, again, dogma in religion says all that is bad. That's taboo, that kind of thing. So that assumption is always made that it's not a good thing. It's a bad
Yeah,
thing.
it's always about choosing sides. So this
Yeah.
is the basic program of 3D and 4D. Always choosing a side, because then you're disconnected and you are at war with a group, always. So see,
Wow.
there's always light and the darkness. With numerology, the same. You can use it for your soul, but you also can use it for something destructive. So, but numerology itself is not evil, it's neutral. I hope the message resonates, but this is what I'm getting. This is 5D consciousness, because you see the light and the darkness in everything. So even your life is not always light, but not always dark. It's always this.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a roller coaster, and it's up
Right.
onto us.
I have to respond to someone in Tim regarding Drake Bailey. He was in the hospital for several days. He's at home. He's recuperating. He needs to rest. People need to leave him get his rest. He will be back probably by the next week.
Yeah.
And as far
Blessings.
as Patty Pizzard, I don't know. I've tried to contact her several times and she has not responded to me. So I don't know what the issue is there, but whatever.
Much blessings.
I struggle with my dreams. Oh, here's a good question. What is an impact of another planet's retrograde?
Oh, there
you
are
know?
many planets in retrograde now. Yeah,
Yeah.
7. Mercury hits very hard at the moment. Mercury is strong at the moment, yeah. So every planet has a little bit other impact onto us, so to speak. When you dive into astrology, so you will know their meaning, yeah. I feel at the moment Jupiter and Mercury are very powerful at the moment, yeah. There is much happening. So for example, I cried today. So, and I knew, yeah, this is something old comes up. So it's something very old. And, I don't judge myself like, oh gosh, I'm not spiritual. No, I'm in tears. No, I just let it flow, because crying is healing. So, yeah, maybe you have emotions, or you see pictures. Maybe you see your past self or a past life or your childhood again. So, and this is when planets are in retrograde, they always trigger us in some way, right? And they just push us to grow. So, but Mercury is always very hard. When Mercury is in retrograde, it's crazy.
And
Very
it is.
crazy.
How long is that going to be in retrograde? Do you know?
Oh, I don't know, to be honest. I'm not an expert in
On
astrology.
astrology.
I'm
No,
honest.
I'm actually looking for somebody, a good astrologist that I could talk to because many people, especially if they were raised in a religious family or whatever, are very anti-astrology because again, it's considered one of the dark arts, and it's not. I mean, it's just kind of silly that
It's based on a system, yeah. It's, if you will, numerology.
I know Sherry Edwards said too, our whole universe is based on mathematics. It's really a mathematical thing,
Yeah,
which is
it's
why
quantum.
numerology, yeah. Oh, anyway, okay. Bless you, Akura.
Thank you. Bless you too.
Oh, this is interesting. She said, Mary Jane says she's remembering a lot from her childhood lately.
Yeah, this can be a typical sign. Yeah, yeah. So suddenly you have memories, or a picture pops up from your childhood or from your past life. So I had the same today. And I just cry. Many solar flares are hitting too again. Since the 1st of September, they have a strong impact too onto us, these solar flares.
Yeah, I think we're going to be getting some more of them too.
Oh, many. This is
this month is heavy, isn't it?
It's just the beginning. Yeah.
So what's the big deal with September 23rd? You know?
Funny that you mentioned this. I did a video about this.
Oh.
Yeah, it's also written in the book of Revelation again. It's a biblical event too. Yes, it is. And you can work with astrology too to explain it. But what I'm getting is it's an energetic event, and we start it in the impasse, we feel it. But I feel humanity, most of the people know.
Won't even
I see.
notice it.
No, I see these reports like World 3 will begin this way, or the Great Reset will happen, or you know what I mean? The 3 days of darkness will happen. I see all these videos on TikTok and oh gosh, please. It feels to me like, in the old
I've heard
times back
some
when, over and over the same and almost nothing of these ever happened. So I see it, to be honest, as positive. As a positive event. This is the first feeling I had. So it's an energetic event. And I think we empaths, we will feel it strong. But most people will not feel it. That's what I'm getting. But it's interesting. It is written in the Book of Revelation again. So, and I watched this video yesterday at 3 a.m., I couldn't sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I do too. I listen to a video or something when I can't sleep. Then
I watched this biblical video. Yeah. It's interesting that it's written there too. Yeah.
It's Mary Jean says her intuition is getting so strong, and she feeling the angels around her, and she's so grateful.
Amazing.
We're all surrounded by light beings,
entities, angels, our team. Yeah.
Whatever you want to talk. Yeah, that's awesome.
And the more you open your heart, the more you welcome them to join your life. So the more you stay in peace, the more you will understand their messages, because you are in the same vibration. You know what I mean? Because the destructive ones, they feed on loose energy. When you are in fear, anger, anxiety, so then, they try to get through us too. Or they try to talk to us, but you feel the difference easy. So when a being from 4D speaks to you, it's not helpful, it feels destructive, it's this way, you feel it straight in your heart, it's closing your heart, or they give you orders, commands, they blame you, for example, they use swear words. So it's actually easy when they talk to you. They just want to pull you down. And when your team speaks to you, they always lift you up. And this is the difference. It's so easy to discern.
Well, one of the things that people need to be empowered and encouraged, not discouraged and disempowered.
Yeah, of course, they want to empower us because they are so proud of us. Many of them, they had never a physical experience here, and they almost worship us. Like, yes, you got it. You are here on Earth. You were so brave. They want to see us becoming stronger. So they would never have the idea to blame you. Our team, no.
So would it be fair to say that you believe that we were indeed picked to come here to be, shall we say, system busters?
Yeah.
To break this dark matrix down as much as possible and replace with higher vibration.
We are planting the seeds. Yeah. Especially the adult star seeds, the first wavers. So we are here to plant the seeds. Yeah. We have the most hardest job here. We face many triggers, much projection.
A lot of hardship. Some of the hardship I went through, I've been convinced that it was for a reason, because what's coming, we will have already experienced some of it. Like if you've never experienced being homeless for a while, you're going to have that's a possibility in your future. I'm not saying, I'm not trying to scare anybody or anything like that, but what I'm getting at is these things are like training sessions as I see it. Would you think that's fair to say that?
Training, challenge. You transform, you transcend always. You're as a starseed, always. So you always see the higher picture. So you will always rise. So even when you face much darkness. So I believe you can see it in your own way. So I prefer to see always the higher picture, yes, in everything. But there are people, they say, hey, Earth is not a school, for example, and they don't see it as a training or as a challenge. So they simply have their own perspective. You know what I mean? So
What
it's
do they
like
see it
we
as?
have it in our own hands. So, and I prefer more to see it as training, as a challenge, or it's a challenge for me to rise. So the more darkness I face, I always rise. Always I do. And we empaths, yes, we always rise. So we see it always as a training. But there are people that also say, no, it's an attack, or no, they try to pull me down. I don't see a lesson behind this. So it's, I believe, our choice.
I really think that once we really look at a situation that didn't appear to be good at the time, when we look back later, we frequently are able to see how it was beneficial in terms of something. I mean, it never seems that way at the time.
Yeah, of course.
And,
especially when we are processing, we cannot see, no.
Exactly. And then it turns out more interesting later on. Let me see what this one is. This looks like a long one. Okay, New England Dirt Roadie. Okay, he says, Earth as a school is such a load of crap.
Yeah.
I'll say that. When you go to school, you have the benefit of retaining the knowledge you learned in previous years.
Wow. Yeah, I know this perspective. There are some people that say, no, Earth is just a prison planet. It's not a school. So they just enslave the people here. So we are just here to transcend the hijack matrix and set the people free. So yeah, there's some people that say Earth is not a school. Yeah. But I think it depends on your consciousness or on your opinion. You know what I mean? So see what happens with your heart chakra when you say it's a prison. You know what I mean? It's like, it's not a school. I can't, there's nothing to learn here, right? We are all slaves. See what happens with your energy. So if this really lifts you up, because I believe we are here now for a reason, and your heart tells you what to do. But I do agree in some way that people really had almost no chance to break free from the Earth's matrix. So I do agree in some way. I saw this in 4D because they created so many illusions and so many lies. The souls believed this. So, and then they had to reincarnate over and over and over again back to 3D just to lose their energy. So that's what I saw, yes.
Yeah. So that makes it very much a prison planet where the souls haven't been able to escape.
But I believe in its pure form, this matrix here is divine. It is just hijacked. You know what I mean? In its origin, it's divine, but it's just hijacked by the dark ones.
This is when people keep saying, trust the divine plan.
Yeah.
Because the divine plan was the original plan.
Yes.
That has been, as you say, hijacked.
Yes. Right? Yes. And we just see now through their games and through their illusions. But in its pure form, I believe this matrix is divine.
I'm going to turn on some more light. It seems like I'm getting lost here. It must be cloudy out. There. That helps a little bit. There we go. Sorry about that. Okay. Where did we leave off? Why aren't we out? Yeah, the leaving thing, that is an issue. That's because the hijacking of our planet, it hijacked all our, the people that are on it as well.
Yeah, almost everything we know. You see, even in the spiritual community with Enki and Endel again, so it's the other way around.
Yeah.
Mixing truths with lies. So this is tricky in some way, but the more you open your heart, the more you will see through this and you feel it in your heart. So this is the new operating system, and this is the realm these beings don't understand. Because many of them, they have no heart chakra, they have no souls, they have no aura, and they try to copy the divine with their technology. So,
which is, I'd like to add here, that is why it's so important for us to remain organic, because our innate powers that are right now suppressed or undeveloped or underdeveloped, however you want to look at it, we can surpass any kind of technology.
Mm-hmm.
And we have to
Yes.
believe that by connecting with our divine power within. That's
Yeah,
my
of course. Yeah, and to be mindful with our thoughts now, because it becomes reality very fast.
very quickly.
It's just what I
Manifestation.
witness. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're heart centered and you're in the now and you think about something that you really want, the chances are really good that it will manifest. Would you agree with that? The physics of
Of
manifestation.
course, we are here to embody heaven on earth. So this is the most high vibrational frequency here. We create heaven on earth. We just bring it back. For most people, they don't know, because for most people, this system is normal. This is how humans live. This is the system. This is healthy, and it's a normal way of living, but it's not.
It's not normal at all. It's not normal to me. No, it has been.
Toxic. Yeah, it's toxic. It's against the people. It is against life. It's against our nature. It is against every law. So, and this is what we know. This is what we always saw. So we just bring back balance.
It's amazing how we have to have some accountability for the fact that it appears we allowed this to happen little by little by little by little by little. And it's we have to be able to look at it and say a lot of it's our own fault, if not all of it.
Of course. The soul connection and true love, they cannot take away from us. This is the realm they never understand. So we can anchor this love here too, even when it was a hijack matrix.
Yeah. Wow. Let me see if there's anything else I wanted to bring up. Oh, I wanted to ask you about the Lyrans.
Mm-hmm.
You had said something that a lot of the Lyrans are here now, and they're the most ancient of all beings. I feel a connection to them myself.
I see many of them. They are in the Earth's orbit too. Yes, and they're sending us codes, messages, signals, especially during the night. And they try to hack the AI now, and they try to hack these NPCs because it goes beyond too far what they do now. You see the weather manipulation, you see the chaos. This is not natural. Almost 100%. It's not natural. It's man-made. Starts with Hawaii, Morocco, the next. Then what is too much water, flooded. The next area, you see Tenerife, Canada, Australia again. This is not natural.
Yeah.
So
and it's trying to call Maui wildfires a joke. That was a wildfire. None of these fires are wildfires.
Yeah. It's my take on man-made, most of it. And they see this goes beyond too far. So the people have no chance to see because they are all paralyzed. They are traumatized. It's like they have no time. So they are not allowed to see because they are so in panic. I know many starseeds, they are afraid now to travel to islands because they are afraid. I hope they will not do the same like in Hawaii. So maybe I'm on vacation and then they do the same, right? It's like we just stay in our houses, and we are afraid. So this is unfair. And this is what I see. Yeah, they are here and they try to hack the AI more and more, and they try to hack these NPCs. Is what I saw.
Wow, that's cool. Well, when you saw them trying to hack them, what were they actually physically doing? I mean, can you?
Oh, I just can speak from my experience in 4D.
Okay. That's okay. That's okay. I know it's interesting. They telepathically hack them, kind of thing.
Yeah, many of them, they use their hearts because we are the technology.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And there are some groups, they use technology too, but they use quantum technology. For example, most Pleiadians, they use quantum technology. So there are some groups, the very advanced ones, that don't need any technology to hack. So they just use the hearts. So it depends on the group, I see. So which group is on work? That's what I saw too in 4D. That sometimes they hacked these NPCs too in 4D. And then they appeared as NPCs themselves. And I knew this is my team. So even when these were humans, and they had not an aura for real, but they were very friendly and heart-centered, very kind NPCs. And they appeared from nowhere. Because 4D was just surrounded by NPCs. It was just artificial humans. It was just the AI. Everything was robotic, nothing natural. 4D, the lower astral plane, just NPCs. So, and they shape-shifted, they appeared from nowhere, and mostly we were surrounded by the dark ones. Yes, and they camouflaged themselves as humans. And they looked like us, but they had no souls, no aura, no heart, nothing. So when it goes beyond too far, so they hacked into too. And then they appeared as NPCs and they tried to hack the AI. And then they helped us during a short time. Yeah. So it's very crazy. It's like you watch a science fiction movie or a little bit similar to Matrix. So when you know the Matrix movies, this is almost the same energy to 4D, yes. Like Agent Smith and all these agents which attack Neo and Trinity and Morpheus. This is 4D.
And they go after the light workers.
Yeah.
Jay Thought says the souls are hanging out discussing ways to grow. They find out that Earth is giving out harsh circumstances to experience worth a lot of growth. They come to Earth and play at their own risk.
Of course, yes.
That's funny. Okay. Earthquake in Morocco, Libya, thousands died.
Yeah,
from
Libya.
flooding.
You said it. Yes, it was Libya. Yeah, much flooding.
What about the Three Gorges Dam? I thought that was maybe that hasn't bust yet, but that's another.
Weirder than any movie. Yeah, the people are in fear. So I see it here in Germany. So the German president, he called the German citizens, these are angels from hell. He had a speech. And he said, all people which stand for peace and for freedom are fallen angels from hell.
What?
The German president, yes, he did. So the people are so angry here. His own citizens, he called fallen angels from hell. All those which stand for peace, he said. It's crazy. The people are so angry. It's like they really, they provoke us so much that we are angry at war. We're fighting each other. So they feed on this energy. They need this. They just laugh. Now they're getting angry. This.
Yeah, it's like one of the things that you should think of when if you're arguing with somebody or
it does make sense.
A lot of discord, all it does is feed these bad entities, really.
Yeah, no, don't try with a narcissist. Really, it's like you really waste your time. There's no winning or losing.
Really?
They're just laughing.
It's always your fault. You
Yeah,
might as well just accept it right out the gate.
Yes, his name is Olaf Scholz. So, yeah.
Yeah, he does sound pretty bad. Of course, look at what we got here in America.
Yeah, I see. The man on the moon. The aliens were here or not?
It's an embarrassment. It's a downright embarrassment.
Yes, I know. Yeah. I watched sometimes, Joe. Yeah, it's poo.
I wonder how long they're gonna let him.
I don't know.
Around.
I really don't know. I cannot say. I just know they try to hack these NPCs. They are speaking very weird things, or they expose themselves, like our German president. They expose themselves now, and people now have the chance to see. I feel they cannot hold on for real because this energy is increasing. And because in some way they must go with the flow too, in some way, now they expose themselves more and more and they show their true faces. And now many people are shocked. Yeah, but it was always this way. You just see it now.
Wow, this is an unusual. How do we pray to the Lyrans if you're a hybrid? I mean, you would talk to them. I don't know that you would want to pray to
through
them.
your
That's just my
heart.
opinion.
Through your heart, you can call them. So I work a lot with my heart chakra and with my imagination. So with my pineal gland. And when you speak from your heart, the Lyrans, they understand too, yes. So all these beings, they embody Christ consciousness. So and they see always your soul and your heart. And they speak always straight to your soul. So yes, you can call them too. I just know they work very hard at the moment. So yeah, let's see. I hope for real changes are coming soon, because slowly it's getting out of control.
Yeah.
Really, it's too much for the people. I see it here in Germany. The people are suffering. They are angry. They start to project their anger onto other citizens like, it's not my problem. So don't you see who is behind all this? It's not me.
It's like they always get angry at the wrong people.
Yeah,
they get
of course.
angry at somebody, you know, next to them, or that they're arguing with, whatever, and the problem was actually created by other beings.
Yeah, this is how they manipulated the masses. Yeah, always. So always they were after the wrong people.
Oh, here we go.
All the brightest lights.
Do NPC lives matter?
Actually, in some way, yes. It's hard for me to explain this. As we stayed in 4D, I had compassion for them because I see these were slaves too. They are prisoners because they merged with the AI so much, so they don't know how to get out themselves. So on one hand, I really had much compassion and I felt sorry. But in return, you must place a boundary because they simply do what they do. So and it's super destructive, you know, and they destroy souls and lives. So it's hard for me to explain this. So in some way, they know what they do, but in return, they don't know what they do. You understand? And that's why it's not easy for us starseeds, I believe, to place boundaries to a narcissist, because we see actually they are different. But they do these horrible things, and sooner or later, you must place a boundary to survive. So it's almost the same, because these NPCs, they're running on a software. So, and this software is toxic. So you can say narcissistic, psychopathic, or sociopathic. So there is no empathy, there is no mercy.
Yeah.
So actually, on one hand, yes, but I think they can hardly change what I see. They merge too much with this technology. So
yeah, AI, everybody thinks it's so wonderful, and it does have its good aspects.
Or I have an idea. I don't know. Do you know the movie Moonfall? It's a movie from last year, I think.
Yes,
Moonfall.
yes.
There are many insights about the AI and the moon. So maybe check this movie out. So this is how these humans vibrate when they stuck in the phantom, the AI. Almost the same energy, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And Jupiter ascending is another one.
Oh yes, this is very deep too, yeah.
Yeah. Wow. And of course, we want people to see Sound of Freedom too.
Yeah.
Mostly too. So that kind of thing could be stopped. But we have a lot of negative entities to get away to eliminate for that to.
Of course, I just know from my team, the Arcturians, they talk to them thousands of years or millions of years. They talk to them. Please change. Please come back.
Do.
You know, no, they cannot. They refuse. They're just mocking us, laughing at us. So, yeah, and then you must place a boundary sooner or later, especially when the children are suffering. When they are after the children, you must place a boundary. There is not, you must have compassion. Yes, you have, but you must place a boundary. You must protect the innocent. You must protect the children. So even when you know they are trapped, these are prisoners too in some way, but you must.
Yeah. They must be recycled into the central sun, is what some people think. There's just no changing.
Yeah, maybe it sounds strange, Tim, but I had similar visions about the Arcturians. They use their technology. So when these beings are recycled, or which cannot go with the flow, and they try to cleanse these entities with their technology, the Arcturians. It's like a cleansing machine or a cleansing energy. It's hard to explain this. That they feel the love from the divine again. And they are so afraid to face the love of the divine because it's unconditional love. And they are so afraid to die because they know, oh, fuck, we will face the divine and it's unconditional love. Oh, no, my heart, oh, shit, it hurts so much. So they're really afraid, yes. So this is what I know about my Arcturian team, that they try to help them to feel the love of the divine again when they die or when they are recycled, for example, yes. So
Don't they
always
have
them.
Don't they that wouldn't be able to be, that wouldn't be an NPC though, would it?
Yes, it's hard to explain. Yeah, it's an NPC. It's very hard for me to explain this. On one hand, they are real, but in return, they are not real. They can have multiple bodies, multiple clones walking the earth or in 4D. They appear many, many times, but it's always the same being. Just split it in many different bodies. And through this technology, they were almost immortal. So in the Anunnaki, for example, they are almost immortal. So that they cannot die for real because they have so advanced AI technology, like in Jupiter ascending, you see this, what they do. They stay young forever. And they take the lush energy from souls to stay young forever because they are afraid to die. Because when they die, they will face the love from the divine creator. And maybe then they will change, but they don't want to change. They refuse. So this is what I saw a few times. So I don't know if this resonates in some way, but this is what I know about my team. Actually, they just tried to help them to feel the love from the divine, but they refuse.
Well, Tim has he said, those who harm in such a dreadful way deserve obliteration. Probably talking about
Placing a boundary,
child sacrifice, yeah. That's just too much.
I saw this too, I must say, as I had these visions in 4D. I'm very careful with this, what I saw there. You never know. But when this is true, what I saw that the Whiteheads, they punished already many in 4D. I talk about the dark ones, already many. So, and until the last breath, they did refuse. They were not willing to change, and they even said not sorry. And they were just laughing. Ha! Finally, you see through my games. Ha ha! This way. Even when they got punished, they cannot change. For them, it's like adrenaline, when you finally know who they are. Yes, now you got me. This way, they cannot change. Most of them, no, they were just laughing.
Wow.
Really, even when you punish them, they just laugh their asses off, just to demonstrate their power. Like, now you see how strong I was. This way. You understand? This is the consciousness of a narcissist or of a psychopath. We cannot understand this. So actually, it's sad.
Yeah. Unfortunately, there seems to be quite a few people that fit that category.
Yeah, but I'm careful with this. Yeah, I just saw that they already punished many, many entities from 4D. Yeah.
Okay, are Lyrans shapeshifters?
They can all shapeshift in some way, yes. So they can put on many different appearances. Yes, they can. But our team, it depends on the group. So I know the Lyrans are one of the oldest beings in the universe, and they basically work with the heart. So it's like they shapeshift from the heart chakra. So they don't need technology to do so. And they can appear many different beings, yes. As a lion or as a tiger. Many Lyrans have a connection to dragons too, to the ancient dragons, the original ones, not the fallen ones like the Dracos. The ancient ones, yeah. So they can shapeshift too. Yeah, but they use their hearts, what I see. They don't use technology.
Would it be fair to say that we humans have that ability as well? We just have, it's suppressed. We've lost it. I mean, it's not lost completely, but it's suppressed in our DNA.
Of course, we can. Yeah. And if you will, the last trial by these beings is before the people are waking up, they want to merge them biologically with the AI too. This is the last illusion. Because when the people merge with their phantom, it's hard for them to unlock their spiritual gifts. Because they want to see us weak and powerless, They tried. And this is, if you will, the last illusion.
Wow.
Before the people are really waking up and unlock their spiritual gift, they try to merge us with the AI biologically. So, and just how shall I
do
explain
not
that?
consent.
Yeah, I do not consent. The most powerful ones, if you will, right? The most stubborn ones, they still hold on this plan. Enki, for example. They still hold on because, as mentioned, they are almost immortal. They are so arrogant. I saw it a few times in 4D. So arrogant. They really believe they are God. They really believe so, and they can do whatever they want. So everyone has to do what they want. So because they are so arrogant and in self-love, right, this way, yeah, they still believe it works out. Yes, and their attack is so strong.
Wow.
The most stubborn ones, they are still working on this plan, yeah.
Boy, oh boy, okay.
Mm-hmm.
I asked true benevolent source to audit them. That's funny. Okay. Well, I think we've had, we're going on an hour and a half already. So
Yeah.
I was thinking we better shut it down for now. And I can't thank you enough for your time and energy. It's been a wonderful treat having you on again.
Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, always pick up what resonates with you guys. So we are all in this.
Yes, that's so important, and I'm happy to hear you say that, because everybody's got to think that way and mindful of your thoughts.
Yeah, of course. My message is, please see the hearts of the people again. So when we Starseeds are at war now too, we have a problem. So we are here to plant the seeds, and when we are fighting too now, we are not an inspiration.
Yeah,
so please see the intent of a person instead of, is this person accurate 100%? Oh, this person spread misinformation. But we must see the hearts. So when you see this person has a good heart, good intents, please see this. Because this war, I'm worried, to be honest, in the spiritual community to see this. Really, I'm scared almost. It scares me in some way. Because this is not for what we came here, that we do exact the same, that we are fighting other starseeds. So what? We are in the same boat. So we came here for the same. So why are we doing this?
Right. Accept them. You know, someone might put out something that is disinformation, not knowing it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's not out of the realm of possibilities. And so that doesn't make them a bad person.
A bad person, yes.
Yeah, they were honestly thought they were putting forth good information, and it's not that difficult to get fooled in this day and age.
Yeah,
with
of
the way
course.
things are.
Yeah.
So, anyway, please everyone hit the like button and share.
Thank you.
We appreciate that very much. And let me see. People keep coming. Now there are people asking questions because we're going to shut down. But thank you, everyone. We'll have to maybe try this again sometime. Thank you so much, Akura.
Thank you so much for inviting me to your show, and much love to you all, guys. So it was a big honor.
Much love to you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Ciao,
see you
ciao.
again.
Ciao. See you.
We have found our way. It's a brand new day, and we'll be making history. Are you with me? Won't you stay? We have come so far. This is who we are. And like the rising sun, we have just begun to play our part. This is the time we form the chorus. Lift your voice for those before us. We can rely on one another. Feel the pride, let's show our colors. We are heroes and dreamers. We are restless believers, stronger than ever. Never say never. Don't look back now. Don't look back now. Rise up, stand with each other. We are sisters and brothers, finding our place and running the race. We'll take our chance and seize the moment. Hold on tight and don't let go of all your hopes and dreams that light the way. We control our fate. Destiny awaits. We are all the actors in the stories we create. Hope will be our guide. We'll no longer hide. When we roll like thunder, feel the wonder from inside. This is the time we form the chorus. Lift your voice for those before us. We can rely on one another. Feel the pride, let's show our colors.